Vandeyam Shri Guru Shiyatha Paragamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Girajana Shalakaya Chakshurun Milidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Gaurva Bhishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastaveda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Bidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Cha Divyad Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashi Shrada Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahaprabhu Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagawat by Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur, and this is with commentaries by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and this is Antya-khanda chapter 7, Pastimes in Sri Gadadhar's Garden. This chapter describes Sri Nityananda Prabhu's return journey to Nilachala from Navadip, Sri Gaurasundar's description of Nityananda's ornaments as the 9 types of devotional service, Sri Nityananda's pastime of seeing Lord Jagannath, and the ecstatic pastime of Sri Gaurasundar and Nityananda's eating at the Tota-Gopinath temple. Jaya Jaya Shri Vaikuntha Gaurachandra, Jaya Jaya Shri Seva Vigraha Nityananda. All glories to Shri Gaurachandra, the Lord of Vaikuntha. All glories to Sri Nityananda, the personification of the Lord's service. The phrase Shri Seva Vigraha is explained as follows. Sri Baladev Prabhu serves the Lord by assuming 10 different forms. Sri Nityananda Prabhu serves Lord Gaurasundar by enacting the pastimes of distributing love of God. That is why he is Sri Gauraseva Vigraha, the personification of Gaura's service. Jaya Jaya Advaita Shrivas Priyadam, Jaya Gadadhar Sri Jagannath Pran. All glories to the object of Sri Advaita and Shrivas love. All glories to the life and soul of Gadadhar and Sri Jagannath. Jaya Sri Paramananda Purir Jivan, Jaya Sri Damodar Swarupera Pranadan. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri. All glories to the treasure of Swarup Damodar's life. Jaya Barkeshwara Panditera Priyakari, Jaya Pundarika Vidyanidhi Manohari. All glories to the benefactor of Vakeshwara Pandit. All glories to the enchanter of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Jaya Jaya Dwarapala Govindaranad, Jiva Prati, Kora Prabhu Shubhadrishtimpad. All glories to the Lord of Govinda, the doorkeeper. O Lord, please glance mercifully on the living entities. Govinda used to protect Gaurasundar, therefore he is called Dwarapala, the doorkeeper. Henamate Nityananda Navadipa Pure, Virahena Prema Bhakti Ananda Sagare. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu enjoyed in the ocean of ecstatic love of God while staying in Navadip. Niravadi Bhakta Sange Korana Kirtan Krishna Nritya Gita Hoila Sabara Bhajan. Lord Nityananda would constantly engage in Sankirtan, along with his devotees. Indeed, chanting and dancing in glorification of Krishna became their only occupation. Gopasishugana sange prati gare gare, jena krida korilena gokula nagare, Srimad Gokulera Ananda Prakashi, Kirtan Koran Nityananda Subilasi. As Lord Nityananda previously sported from house to house with the cowherd boys in Gokula, he manifested similar blissful Gokula pastimes while performing kirtan. Ichamoy Nityananda Chandra Bhagavan, Gaurachandra Dekite, Ohoila Ichatan. The supremely independent Lord Nityananda once desired to see Gaurachandra. I stane hoilena santoshe vida nilachale chalilena Chaitanya ichai. Taking permission from Mother Sachi, he departed for Nilachala by the will of Sri Chaitanya. Parama Bivala Parishad Sabha Sange Ailena Sri Chaitanya Namaguna Range. He became overwhelmed as he chanted Lord Chaitanya's names and qualities while traveling on the path to Nilachala with his associates. Hunkara Garjana Nritya Nanda Krandan Niravadi Korisa Parishadagan. His associates would constantly roar, shout loudly, dance, and cry in ecstasy. Emanta Sarvapata Premananda Rase, Ailena Nilachali, Katika Divase. Passing the entire journey absorbed in love of Krishna, they arrived at Nilachala after some days. Kamalapurete Asi Prashada Dekya, Parilena Nityananda Morchita Hoya. Arriving at Kamalapur, Nityananda fell unconscious upon seeing the temple of Lord Jagannath. Nirvani Nayane Vahaye Premadar, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Bole Korana Hunkar. Constant tears flowed from his eyes, and he loudly roared, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Asiya Rohile Pushpera Ujjane, Kebunje Tahara Icha, Sri Chaitanya Bine. Nityananda came and stayed in one flower garden. Who can understand his desire other than Sri Chaitanya? Nityananda Vijay Shaniya Gora Chandra, Ekeshwara Ailana, Chadi Bhakta Brinda. Understanding that Nityananda had arrived, Sri Gaurachandra left his devotees and went there alone. Jananande Jekane Achena Nityananda Sestani Vijay Korila Gaurachandra. Sri Gaurachandra arrived there as Nityananda was sitting absorbed in transcendental bliss. Prabhu Ashideke Nityananda Dhanapar Radhakina Korite Lagila Bahutar. When the Lord saw Nityananda sitting in meditation, he began to repeatedly circumambulate him. Shloka Bande Nityananda Mahima Varniya Pradakina Kore Prabhu Prema Purna Hoya. The Lord was filled with love, and as he circumambulated Nityananda, he recited a verse describing his glories. Shri Mukara Shloka Shuna Nityananda Stuti Jai Shloka Shunile Hoy Nityananda Mati. Please hear the verse describing Nityananda's glories that Sri Chaitanya recited. By hearing this verse, one's mind will be attracted to Nityananda. Griniyad Yavani Panim Vishedvas Sodik Kalayam Tatapi Brahmano Bhanjam Nityananda Parambujam. Whether Sri Nityananda accepts the hand of an outcast woman or enters a liquor shop, his lotus feet are still worshipable by even Brahma. Madhira Javani Jadi Dari Nityananda Tatapi Brahmara Bhanja Bole Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra said, if Nityananda enters a liquor shop or accepts the hand of an outcast woman, he is still worshipable by even Brahma. By drinking wine, human beings lose their sense of discrimination. By consuming intoxicants, sinful people bring about their own degradation. To associate with an outcast woman devoid of good behavior is most sinful. Brahman is the origin of all demigods and is on the other and is worshipable. Brahman is the origin of all demigods and is worshipable. As on one side a most sinful person is degraded, Brahma on the other side is worshipable by all. Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Guru Vaishnava, who are non-different from Sri Nityananda, are so worshipable by all that even if through external vision cheated by Maya, they are found to be engaged in extremely abominable activities, they always remain superior to everyone and respectable to all. It is great offense to consider through external vision that they are polluted by sin. Shloka Pade Prabhu Prema Brishti Kore Nityananda Pradakina Kore Gorahari. Gorahari produced a shower of ecstatic love of God as he recited this verse and circumambulated Nityananda. Nityananda Swarupo Jnanina Sekani Utilena Haribole Parama Sambrame. At that moment, Nityananda got up with great reverence while chanting Hari Hari. Deki Nityananda Gora Chandra Badan Kiyananda Hoila Taha Najai Barnan. The happiness Nityananda felt by seeing the face of Sri Gaurachandra is difficult to describe. Hari Bole Simanara Lagila Korite Premanande Achara Padena Pritivite. Nityananda roared like a lion, chanted the name of Hari, and fell forcefully to the ground in ecstatic love of Godhead. Duijana Pradakina Kore Duhakare Duhedandavata Hoy Padana Duhare. The two lords then circumambulated each other and offered obeisances to each other. Kane Due Prabhu Kore Prema Alingan. Kane Galadare Kore Ananda-khandan. One moment they embraced with love, and the next moment they cried as they held each other's neck. Kane Paranande Gare Jai Duijan Mahamata Simajini Duharagarjan. In another moment, the two rolled on the ground in transcendental happiness and roared louder than maddened lions. Kiyat Bhuta Priti Se Koran Duijane Purve Jana Shuni Jachi Shri Ramalakmane. The wonderful reciprocation of love between the two was like that previously found between Ram and Lakshman. Duijane Shloka Pade Varnana Duhare Duhe Joda Haste Namaskare. They both recited verses glorifying the other, and then they offered obeisances with folded hands to each other. Ashram. They both recited verses glorifying the other, and then they offered obeisances with folded hands to each other. Ashrukampa Hasya Morcha Palaka Baivarnya Krishna Bhakti Vikarera Jata Ache Marma. Shedding tears, shivering, laughing, losing consciousness, hairs standing on end, changing the bodily color, and other bodily transformations produced by devotional service to Krishna were fully manifest in those two lords. Iha bain dui Shri Vigrahe Aranai Sabekore Karayena Chaitanya Gosai. Those symptoms were found only in the bodies of those two lords. Lord Chaitanya personally manifested such symptoms and also manifested them in others. Kiyad Bhutta Prema Bhakti Hoila Prakash Nayana Bariya Deke Jay Akantadas. Such wonderful ecstatic devotional love as seen by an unalloyed servant of the Lord to his full satisfaction. The phrase ekanta das, or unalloyed servants, refers to those who do not have and never will have separate interests. Many business-minded people with incomplete vision oppose the eternal master-servant relationship. Their service is hardly unalloyed. Their deceitful display of opportunistic service is a manifestation of cheating, not a pure devotional service. Living entities averse to the service of the Lord exhibit samples of eternal service for as long as it suits their desires. But the moment their sense gratification is disturbed, they immediately give up service and begin to harass and rebel against their master by posing themselves as masters. This kind of behavior we sometimes have seen. Tota-Gopinath Prabhu Joda Hasta Kori Nityananda Pratistuti Kori Gorahari. After some time, Gorahari folded his hands and began to offer prayers to Nityananda. When I say sometimes we've seen that behavior, somebody actually taking some kind of absurd position where they try to serve as the guru's guru. I've seen that. Tota-Gopinath Prabhu Joda Hasta Kori Nityananda Pratistuti Kori Gorahari. After some time, Gorahari folded his hands and began to offer prayers to Nityananda. Namarupe Tumi Nityananda Murtimanta Sri Vaishnava Dhamma Tumi Ishvara Ananta. O Nityananda, you are the personified form of the holy name and the form of eternal bliss. You are the abode of all the Vaishnavas, and you yourself are Lord Ananta. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is Ananta, the supreme controller and the origin of all Vaishnavas. He is the personification of his holy name and form. Temporary mundane names and forms are subordinate objects. In the Gopala Tapani Upanishad, it is stated, Param Brahma Krishnatmako Nityanandaika Rupaha. He is the supreme Brahman. He is the expansion of Krishna, and he is the form of eternal bliss. In the Niralamba Shruti, it is stated, Nityanandam Akhandaika Rasam Advitiyam. He is eternally blissful. He is the source of all relishable relationships, and he is one without a second. In the Mundaka Upanishad, it is stated, Savedaitat Paramam Brahma Dhamma Jatra Vishvam Nihitam Bhati Shubram. A learned transcendentalist knows Lord Ananta, the superintending deity of the spiritual world and the personification of the Sandini energy, in whom both the material and spiritual worlds rest. In the Brahma Samhita it is stated, Sahasrapatram Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatparam. Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatparam Tat Karnikaram Tat Dhamma Tad Anantam Sambhavam. The super excellent station of Krishna, which is known as Goloka, has thousands of petals and a corolla like that of a lotus sprouted from a part of his infinitary aspect, the world of the leaves being the actual abode of Krishna. Jatakichu Tomara Shriyangara Alankara Satya 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 Bhakti Joga Avatar. All the ornaments decorating your transcendental body are incarnations of devotional service to Lord Krishna. This is the truth, the truth, the truth. Svarna Mukta Hira Kasha Rudra Kadi Rupi. Svarna Mukta Hira Kasha Rudra Kadi Rupe. Nababira Bhakti Dari Jacha Nija Suke. You take pleasure decorating yourself with 9 processes of devotional service in the form of ornaments bedecked with gold, pearls, diamonds, and rudraksha. The word kasha means bedecked or set with. Nitya jati patita arama jatajan toma hoite hoila ebe sabaramochan. All the fallen, wretched, low-born living entities will now be delivered by your mercy. The spiritual master removes the stigma of his disciples' low birth resulting from past activities. He also frees him from misdirected learning and fallen conditions. He does not sit idly as a pure and most exalted personality while leaving his disciple fallen, wretched, and low class. Nityananda Prabhu delivers all living entities from the conditions of piety and impiety and superiority and inferiority based on caste by giving them the science of self-realization. Jai Bhakti Diya Chatumi Banik Savare Tahabanche Surasidat Muni Yogeshware. The devotional service that you have given to the mercantile community is desired by the demigods, sages, perfect mystics, and great yogis. The service propensity that you have given to the fortunate bankers and gold merchants who are socially classified as inferior is desired by the demigods, perfect mystics, and great sages who are all free from the desire to enjoy the external world. But those who have taken birth in the mercantile community and think that they have attained devotional service in spite of committing offenses at the lotus feet of Nityananda by opposing the devotees in the devotional service of the Lord are understood to be bereft of devotional service. They are unqualified to achieve the mercy of the spiritual master who is not different from Nityananda. Now this is a reference to the fact previously it was mentioned that Sri Nityananda Prabhu, we can say, is like the predominating deity of the Suvarna Vaniks, the mercantile class. They have a special affinity and affection for Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu, we can say, relieves them of all kind of caste stigma that may exist within society. So, we've heard Srila Sridhar Maharaj talk about that point too. Swatantra Koryabede Jai Krishnare Koi Hena Krishna Paratumi Korite Vikrai. You are able to sell Krishna, who is proclaimed as fully independent in the Vedas. The Supreme Lord is not dependent on anyone, but Sri Nityananda Prabhu has taken care of him by serving Krishna. Sri Krishna is certainly the property of Sri Nityananda. Tomara Mahima Janibare Shaktikar Murtimanta Tumi Krishna Rasa Avatar. Who has the power to know your glories? You are the personification of the transcendental mellows of love for Krishna. Lord Nityananda is the personification of the transcendental mellows of love for Krishna. As the Ashraya Vigraha, or the manifestation form of the Lord, of whom one must take shelter, he enhances the 5 types of rasa in relationship with Krishna. So there's here these purports, some very nice glorification of Sri Nityananda Prabhu by Vrindaban Das Thakur. And as we heard from Srila Govinda Maharaj, this is a Chaitanya Bhagavat, but it could also be called the Nityananda Bhagavat, because there's such deep devotion expressed by the author for Sri Nityananda Prabhu. To the point it expressed, previously, I believe in the Antya-khanda, that one intimate associate of Mahaprabhu, Navadip, had a dream, and because Mahaprabhu, he had come and offered obeisances first to Mahaprabhu and then to Nityananda Prabhu. And Mahaprabhu told him, you have done something wrong, but I will tell you later about this. And then he had a dream in which he could understand that him sing Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, then he could understand the relationship with Krishna and Balaram. And then he's thinking, so now do you understand your fault? And then the next time he came into the presence of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, he first offered his obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu and then to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu indicated that this is the correct vision. So we always see this kind of, very, very beautiful glorification of Sri Nityananda Prabhu by Vrindaban Das Thakur, what he stated in the Chaitanya Bhagawat. Mayanahi jana tumi sankirtana suke aharnisha krishna guna tomara shimuke. You have forgotten external world and are engaged day and night in glorifying the qualities of Lord Krishna. Krishna Chandra Tomar Hridaye Nirantar Tomar Vigraha Krishna Vila Saragar. Krishna Chandra always resides in your heart. Thus your body is the abode of Krishna's pastimes. The body of Sri Nityananda is the shelter of Krishna's pastimes. Purport here. Ateva Tomare Jai Jani Priti Gore Satya Satya Krishna Kabu Na Chadibe Tare. Therefore, it is certainly true that Krishna will never leave anyone who becomes attached to you. Tave katakane Nityananda Mahashai Bolite Lagila Ante Koriya Vinay. Thereafter, Lord Nityananda humbly spoke to the Lord as follows. Prabhu hoy tumije amareko korastuti etomara batsaya bhaktera pratyati. Although you are the Lord, you offer prayers to me. This is proof of your affection for your devotees. Pradakina kora kiba kora namaskar kiba mora kiba raka jai ichara tomar. You may circumambulate me, offer obeisance to me, kill me, or protect me according to your own will. Konba Bhattavya Prabhu Ache Tomastane Kivanahe Dekatumi Divya Darshane. O Lord, what can I say to you? You are everything. You see everything through your transcendental eyes. Manaprana Sabar Ishvara Prabhu Tumi Je Koraha Se Rupa Koryami. You are the Lord and life of all beings. I do whatever you make me do. Apane more tumi dhanda daraila, apane guchaya e rupa korila. You induced me to accept a danda, and then you yourself made me reject it. Tadakadu betra vamshi singa chandadadi iha darilana ami munidharmachadi. I gave up the duties of a mendicant and accepted bracelets, anklets, a stick, a flute, a buffalo horn, and a rope. To nourish the variegated pastimes of the Supreme Lord, Sri Nityananda Prabhu accepted a danda. Yet Sri Gaurasundar made him give up that danda. He thus gave up the principles of an ascetic and accepted the necessary ingredients for serving Krishna. So this is all going back to text 48. Let's begin. Thereafter, Lord Nityananda humbly spoke to the Lord as follows. Although you are the Lord, you offer prayers to me. This is proof of your affection for your devotees. You may circumambulate me, offer obeisances to me, kill me, or protect me according to your own will. O Lord, what can I say to you? You see everything through your transcendental eyes. You are the Lord and life of all beings. I do whatever you make me do. You induced me to accept a danda, and then you yourself made me reject it. I gave up the duties of a mendicant and accepted bracelets, anklets, a stick, a flute, a buffalo horn, and a rope. So it says, mentioned last line, Nityananda thus gave up the principles of an ascetic and accepted the necessary ingredients for serving Krishna. Acharjadi tomar jateka priyagan sabare I dilata bhakti acharan. You have taught the principles of austerity and devotional service to Advaitacharya and other dear associates. So it's also interesting in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that we see one of Nityananda's servants, we'll say with similar accoutrements or similar things, and that's Minaketan Ramdas when he comes to the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj. So a lot of this is all indication of the principal mood that Nityananda Prabhu and his servants have, which is mirroring the cowherd boys in Vrindaban, in the sense that they're all principally situated in Sakya Ras. Nityananda, of course, shows everything in relation to Mahaprabhu, just as Balaram showed everything in relationship to Krishna. That of being Vatsalya Ras and sometimes acting as his guru, Dasya Ras sometimes acting as his servant, Sakya Ras sometimes acting as close brothers and friends, and like all these things are shown. But it is said, but when we've read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are descriptions like the associates of Nityananda. He was the seventh of the Dwadasha Gopals. And he's among the principal 12 cowherd boy associates of Sri Balaram. They're appearing in the Nityananda Leela. So, here was the statement of that verse. I gave up the duties of a mendicant and accepted bracelets, anklets, a stick, a flute, a buffalo horn, and a rope. What is a rope for? A rope is normally used for binding the back legs of a cow during milking. That's why cowherd boys carry ropes. So we see a little bit of a change in the mood of Nityananda Prabhu as he comes to Bengal. And he says to Mahaprabhu, you induced me to accept a danda, and then you yourself made me reject it. I do whatever you make me do. So everything that's happening, even as the Brahman is seeing some change in Nityananda's behavior, that now I don't see him so much like a sannyasi. Well, of course, Nityananda, Guru Maharaj is born on appeared on the day of the son of Nityananda, Virachandra Gosai. And when we go to Ekachakra, it's actually called, what is it called? Virachandrapur. And Nityananda's son is said to be one of the pillars of the whole, you could say the whole structure of devotional service, the temple of devotional service of the line of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Virachandra is one of the principal person. He is Nityananda's son. So, of course, and Srila Maharaj's comment, all this was done also in consultation with Mahaprabhu. They were talking. Many times in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it says they're talking intimately. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Mahaprabhu calls to Nityananda and they're talking, and no one knew what they were talking about. Acharjati tomar jatika priyagan sabare dila tapa bhakti acharan. You have taught the principles of austerity and devotional service to Advaitacharya and other dear associates. Muni Dharma Charaya Je Koile Amare Vyabahare Jani Se Sakale Hasya Kore. Yet you induce me to give up the duties of a mendicant and made me the object of laughter for the common people. And we see that going on in that joking conversations of Advaitacharya and Nityananda Prabhu. Yet you induce me to give up the duties of a mendicant and made me an object of laughter for the common people. Tomar Nartaka Ami Nachal Jerube Se Ruba Nachi Ami Tomara Kotuke. I'm only a dancer in your hands. I dance for your pleasure as you wish. Nigraha Ki Anugraha Tumi Se Brahman Brikadware Koratumi Tomara Senam. You alone can bestow mercy or neglect. The proof is that you have induced even trees to chant your name. Nityananda said, only you are qualified to display mercy or neglect. Not only human beings, even lower species like plants are eligible to attain your mercy and the service of the Supreme Lord. If the holy name of Krishna is chanted, then even living entities whose consciousness is undeveloped can attain benefit. You alone can bestow mercy or neglect. The proof is that you have induced even trees to chant your name. And at one point, Haridas Thakur says, Mahaprabhu was talking, how can everyone be delivered? And Haridas Thakur makes a comment. Actually, sometimes when devotees chant the holy name, they can hear an echo. But actually, what is this echo? It is the chanting of the inanimate living entities, those who are, existing in bodies of trees or even some rocks. That echo is their chanting that you're hearing. Haridas Thakur says that, revealing how all living entities can be delivered by the chanting of the holy name. And when Srila Govinda Maharaj, when we went to Brazil, to, what's the name of the town where the devotees live, the ashram there?
Campos do Jordão.
Oh, Campos do Jordão, yes. Govinda Maharaj, they have many trees growing there. And Govinda Maharaj had us do Harinam through the trees. And he said, these trees have been waiting for so long to hear the holy name. And he had us chanting among the trees. Prabhu bole tomara jay deha alankar navavida bhakti bai kachuna hiyar. The Lord replied, the ornaments on your body are nothing but the 9 processes of devotional service. Shravan Kirtan, Smaranadi, Namaskar, Aise Tomara Sarva Kala Alankar. Your body is eternally decorated with ornaments like hearing, chanting, remembering, and offering obeisances. Naga Vibhushana Jaina Dorana Sangare Tahanahe Sarvajane Bujibare Pare. Yet people cannot understand this, just as you do not understand why Shankar decorates his body with a serpent. I've read that wrong. Yet people cannot understand this, just as they do not understand why Shankar decorates his body with a serpent. Like people don't understand why Lord Shiva decorates his body with a serpent. Paramarte Mahadeva Ananta Jivan Nagachali Ananta Dorina Sarvakan. Actually, Mahadev accepts Ananta as his life and soul. He therefore always keeps Ananta in the form of a serpent wrapped around his neck. Nabujiya Ninde Thana Charitra Agada Chateka Nindaye Tara Hoy Karya Rada. Pardon me. Nabujiya Ninde Thana Charitra Agada Jateka Nindaye Tara Hoy Karyabara. People without understanding his unfathomable characteristics criticize him, and as a result, their progress is checked. Mui ta tomarange bhakti rase bine anyana he dekun kabu kayam bhakyamane. I do not see anything in your transcendental body, mind, and speech other than the mellows of devotional service. Sri Gaurasundar said he could not see anything other than the mellows of devotional service in the limbs of Nityananda. The 9 types of devotional service are the ornaments of his body. The body, mind, and speech of Nityananda are always engaged in the service of Krishna. Gaurasundar did not see anything other than this. Well, I'm going to continue with this reading tomorrow, but it's very beautiful. There's many very nice things presented about Nityananda Prabhu from very deep within the devotion of Vrindaban Das Thakur that he's expressing. Srila Sridhar Maharaj, in his prayers glorifying Sri Nityananda, he has also said that anyone who doesn't really know the glories of Nityananda doesn't know his own mother. That was a comment by Guru Maharaj. And then the Mat, they actually read, I believe, at least the schedule always was that they read Chaitanya Bhagavat in the morning and Chaitanya Charitamrita in the evening. And then sometime during the day, like about 4 o'clock, they would read Srimad Bhagavatam. That was the schedule. So I started reading Chaitanya Charitamrita in the morning. And one consideration was, among other things, there are many very intimate details of devotional service in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And I didn't feel all the time, because we have new persons and visitors that come, particularly in the evening, I didn't feel that some of those things were appropriate to read in the evening. And also Srila Govinda Maharaj indicated that the devotees should hear and be read from Bhagavad Gita, Sikshastakam, and other, and that should be explained to them. And then, of course, Prapana Jivanamrita and many other nice books that the devotees, so we reserved that for the evening. But now we're able to hear something of the Chaitanya Bhagavat. Then we'll hear Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we have Pushta Krishna Prabhu coming weekly to read from Srimad Bhagavatam. So I feel that at least something, some semblance of order is going on. And I'm basically, I'm reading, and I'm not commenting so much, because I honestly feel that the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Chaitanya Bhagavat contain basically their own commentaries. And we do have the commentaries of Srila Saraswati Thakur. So just a passenger. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan us off.
Yeah.